Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, and I am not fucking happy. So, yeah, we're gonna have one of those shit. It's a red shirt day. It's a go fuck those cheater days, and we got a lot of video queuing up. So, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man with the mohawk, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from.
I already sent you the new intro. I don't want to hear it.
I did not have time to do. Do you really want to poke the bear right now? Virtue
Anyway,
from.
Big House Milsim right now.
Today is going to be a day about toxic ass fucking players and how they can totally destroy a game of airsoft for everybody that's inside of an arena.
I
Um,
wore a special shirt for today.
yeah,
I got
uh,
my nails painted special for today.
yeah, because fuck those guys. When I say that I am so fucking pissed off, it's not even funny. So it's not even a matter of that I got point blanked in the nose after I already shot somebody and I was bleeding profusely from it. I thought the BB embedded when I went like that. I thought something going on. Oh yeah, it's that sort of fucking stream. I didn't even try to monetize this stream because I knew this is the fucking day it's going to be. For those of you drinking, take a shot each time fuck is said. You're up to 6 now. Okay. Um, Here's the big problem that came up with yesterday. Yesterday, we had some Miami machismo motherfuckers come to the arena, and from the time I set foot on the arena, I didn't even engage with them yet. I haven't even shot at them yet. I haven't even taken a shot. I was too busy dealing with Damien at the start of the game and everything else, making sure that he was set. And these guys are already yelling, screaming, call your hits and everything else. Now, if it's just me, okay, whatever. That's airsoft. But besides Damien being on the field, which was announced at the start of the game, hey guys, don't shoot the kid in a wheelchair. Just come up and tap him. He'll go out. He really doesn't have that. He's not that fast. He's kind of easy to take out by tapping him. And if you still feel the incessant need to shoot the kid in the head, you're kind of a dick. They shot him in the head. But that's beside the point. He's out there. He's playing. What wasn't cool was there's like 4 or 5 there was a family of, I believe it's 6, a father and like 4 little kids ranging from 12 to 8 that were on the field, all wearing, all in rental gear, and it's their first goddamn game. Their first game they're playing. First game of airsoft, they're there for a great time. It's gonna be a great event for them. No. These fucking assholes make it so bad for that family that after the second game, the father literally comes out and goes, "Fuck," he goes, "Fuck this," takes his stuff off and says, "It's not safe for the kids to be here. We're leaving." Um, yeah, I am not, yeah, vulgar. Yeah, you have no, it's a fucking understatement there, Tats, okay? Fucking
This stream is rated
understatement.
F.
Yeah. Oh, god damn. All right, so graphics are all right. So there goes. Let's see here. Let's see. Not all the videos popped up, but sure. Let's start with this one. Now, the guy in black insists that I did not shoot him, but I shot him 6 times. And then they tried to say that I was hit, which, as you can hear him say at the end, "You're out, you're out." Yeah, that's why my gun went up in the air. You can clearly see my gun went up in the air. And because they were using fucking tracers, you could actually see where their shots missed. One hit Damien's shield, one went to the side of Damien, one went past Damien, the fourth one hit the shield. Meanwhile, I put 6 into the fat fuck. Then the second guy, the one in tan, you could see his tracers go to shooting at, I believe it was Tinker that was inside of the townhouse while I shot him clear in the chest, and he has the audacity to say, "I'm out. I'm hit." You can hear the 4 shots hit me, which is funny because these guys started bitching at the start that they're getting overshot. They're getting overshot 4 or 5 shots. Meanwhile, you hear on my body getting hit 4 times. I never played against these guys yet. First time out on the field today. The one that I shot, the one in black, first off, told you so. Told you so. These videos will all be up on the stream. I'll be up on TikTok and everything else. I want my fucking money. I want my dollar. All right, let's go on, shall we? Was one, cheaters two. Here's another good one.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys right now. Don't tell me to go out when I've already shot you, okay? Yeah, when you guys are over there.
You stand in the middle behind your son thinking you're not out. Hey,
I got shot. All right, bro. Okay, bro. I'll come right for you. I'll come right for you, bro. Stop calling hits on people, dude.
So that was literally 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game. So they're blind firing over the top of the car. He goes, I didn't know. Fuckers played at Miami Airsoft for 4 times that I've known that he's played there. You don't tell me you don't know that fucking rule, you fucking lying piece of dog shit. You know the fucking rule. You did it anyway because you were up against me.
Standard rule at any field and anywhere. Like,
So yeah.
what?
And then you understand I'm hiding behind my son. Do we need to go back to the first clip? I wasn't hiding. Where my son was parked was strategic because there's an objective right there. We're playing Conquest where you get all 5 lights. I was getting the Everglades light, which is a fucking palm tree. My hands on it. When I shot all those guys, in the first video clip I showed, I was one-arming my gun. So not only can I fucking take you assholes out one-armed, off balance like that, you guys couldn't shoot me straight if you tried. But let's continue, shall we?
What? No, you hit me after I was already pulling the trigger.
We're going to come back to that one because I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to go frame by fucking frame. Because the great thing is these assholes had tracers on, so you could see where the tracers are coming in at. You can clearly hit where I got hit 4 times after I was already pulling the trigger. After I already shot the guy twice, I got hit by 4 times. The person that actually hit me was the guy that was on my right coming from behind hut.
Apparently,
You got it? Yep, right in the face. Nice. Two. One by the great crate.
I realized I clicked on the wrong one. That wasn't there. So I'm going to say, Sin, I'm sorry I cut you off and the video was already playing.
no, I'm just saying, apparently this is a little that I was unaware of, that if you're running full black tactical, you're actually a more,
Oh,
I was
that was
aware
the
of
great
this.
thing, right? those guys were only wearing like t-shirts and they were only wearing so there was really no armor or protection on there. So for them not to call hits, the one guy that was in all black, the one that one bastard that has the vector that I was going up against. Oh, Thomas, it gets worse. It really has. I haven't gotten to like the other problems that were going on there. Um, let's see, because I'm going to queue up some other video here. So just I'm only doing it this way so that way you guys can actually see the videos without the choppiness. Um, oh yeah, this one's got to go in there. Let's see. As you were saying,
God mode. They have the game shark. No, but like I don't. The guy apparently thought he was tactical and like an operator. He's so operator that he's immortal, and the vector added to that factor. Because as we all know, if you own a vector, you're naturally good. Because
yeah.
But
so
like, that
one
no
guy was
at no point in time was that guy in the right.
no, and this is like, and you guys are thinking, all right, well, that has to be after multiple games of play. No, it isn't. The video that you guys are all seeing are within the first 2 minutes of the first game of the day that I played. Now, Damien's out there. Damien's trying to have fun. Damien's just, trying to enjoy playing, playing airsoft. He's got his new action track chair. He's like, hell yeah, man, let's do this. Let's have some fun. And these guys are not just like intimidating him with the screaming, yelling, call your fucking, being hyper aggressive with their language for no reason. Absolutely no reason. They're yelling at people to call their hits and don't overshoot, yet they're not calling their hits and they're overshooting. What the hell is going on with the mentality of these fucking assholes? They had crazy cheat codes. This is chronic problem at Miami. Why isn't the owner being held responsible for cleaning this up? Well, no, it's not a chronic problem, Steve. Now, yes, we talk about that cheaters not calling hits. That's at every single field and all that stuff. They are trying to clean it up. I mean, they put in more and more restrictions on guns and everything else to stop the people that are coming in to do shit just like this. When I start telling you all more about the story of what happened, you'll be like, okay, at least something came out of it. But it only gets worse from here. I usually have a lot of toxicity wherever I play. Toxic bowel movements and pitch. Gotta love Chipotle. All right.
That's stupid.
God damn it. All right, I got to clear out more stuff. Sorry. So we already saw Cheaters 2. We already saw Cheaters 3. Sorry, I'm trying to get the one up there of Damien. So that one's uploading now. So while we wait for that one to go up, I'm going to go ahead and play this one. This is a great example. This was the second game. So we're jumping back in time where they're going up against us. And this is the blatant no-hit calling that we're talking about. And these idiots think that as soon as they point a gun at somebody and pull the trigger, it's an instant hit.
It's all right, because I put one in his chest anyways.
You want to go there with me?
Fuck it. On you, Jet. Come on. Watch it, Damien. No! Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy at the top of the stairs got me. Homeboy upstairs got me. Yes.
So that guy walked into Tinker shooting him, and Damien shooting him, didn't call a single hit, pointed his gun, and you can actually, when I play back the video, I can actually see that the shots were going into the pallets right there because the guy was not actually aiming or seeing where he goes. He goes, I got all of you. There's 5 people standing right there. He didn't get all 5. He didn't get Tinker. The guy that was upstairs, is the one that got hit. Well, that wasn't the one shooting there, Mishka, thank you. It sucks. I've noticed it has gotten worse since COVID. People in general have changed because people keep playing. It's a business. As long as they're in business, it doesn't matter. That's not true, Victor. Danny, who runs Miami Airsoft, does care, and I'm sure there's shit going out of it. Michigan, I don't need your shit right now. Really don't. I'm really not in the fucking mood today. All right. All right, here we go. This is a great one. Now, this was within the first 30 seconds of the game where the instructions were given, "Hey guys, don't shoot the kid in a wheelchair, just tap him." When you see how close this guy is, he could have ran out and simply tapped Damien, he would have been down. Now, here's another fun fact. Damien's mag wasn't working correctly for the first minute and a half of the game because the battery got jostled loose, so it wasn't feeding into his gun. You can't hear the plinks to the head, but he shot him in the side of the head. And then he's yelling, "You're out, you're out, you're out." And Damien's like, "I know." And the guy's still saying, "You're out, you're out." And he goes, "I know." Um, so it's like, dude, the kid knows he's already out. He's got his gun up and he's going back to respawn. What else do you fucking want?
I mean, even that aside, stop calling somebody else's hits. Like, it's one of the basic rules. Call your own hits.
I'm gonna be cute. I'm gonna be queuing this one up. Uh, sorry, I need to see some of these because I'm. Oh, this was a. Oh God. I got to find the shot. I got to find the shot of this. So pretty much all day, they're yelling at everybody else to call their hits, but they're not calling their own hits. They're being super aggressive and everything else. So after the second game, we went like after the first game, I went out and said, "Hey, man, just to give you a heads up of what's going on here, you might want to do something about it." Like to one of the refs, I was like, they're being highly aggressive and everything else, and he goes, I was like, and it's not even to me. They're screaming at your rentals. They're screaming at children, not teenagers, children. Um, I think this is also a secondary problem of the summertime because it brings new people out. Plus, there's also a hell of a lot of heat at Miami Airsoft. So between the heat and all the people coming out, we get this. We get this sort of this amped up, even more amped up machismo that is kind of bullshit. Where they think it's okay to behave like this, and they flat out said kids don't belong at Airsoft. Which I'll get into more on that in just a minute because I see there's more comments here. Um, People are toxic, mean, and rude. You have no idea. He doesn't care. He keeps if people keep playing games, it will still run. No, you have a pretty big ban list now, so they're getting rid of people. I know what he is, Wyatt. I don't care. Let's see here. Metal BBs against. No, we're not using Metal BBs, Jim. Dude, Damien is fucking badass. Straight up, my homie. My name is Damien. I'm a badass. He's a badass. Look at that fucking kid with that shield and f that god. Dude, I bet Damien will take out those guys by himself. So, what's up, Husky? I would still play with you and Damien. Remember, guys, he spelled Damien with an IAN, not EN. Just in case somebody wants to cheat. I'm sorry I'm late. But are they regulars at the arena? Yes, they are. They're semi-regulars. They play. I run into them every couple of weeks or so on a Wednesday, and some of those guys, when they do that, are like the dude in black was when Damien. He was there when Damien first came out inside of his action track chair. He was like giving mad props and everything else. Yes, I use a GoPro Hero Black 9. So they have been out there before because they've given daps and thought Damien was really cool. But here's the problem that goes on. Like, I think the one dude that was in all black was better when some of his boys weren't there, but now that all of his boys were there, it's more and more of a problem. Where the hell is the... Oh, I found it. So a fun thing happened after the second game. They said, in order to fix the problems, we're going to put these guys on your team, the four problem people on my team. I was like, okay, it doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't solve the problem that they're not calling their hits and that they're being aggressive to other people. So what happens when a group of people start overshooting and they start cheating? It fosters a mentality of overshooting and cheating. So now everybody's getting overshot, everybody's fucking cheating, nobody's calling hits, and then hostilities brew and brew. Well, these fucking brain surgeons, we played for most of the game. There wasn't a problem, but at the end of the second game, Damien's like, I don't want to play anymore. I'm done. So Damien's like, screw this. I'm not playing anymore. I don't want to be around this. The father with the kids, they left because they didn't want to be around it anymore because, you know, his kids were going to get hurt. Like I said, I think the youngest was 8 years old. So now that everybody's overshooting, everybody's not calling their hits. And now you switch those guys over to our side. Gee, thanks, because that's only going to compound the problem, which it did. So now, I mean, the only thing it did that was in a positive was to show that these four guys that when they got switched to the other team were doing the same thing to now no tape. And the people at the end of the third game were complaining about them from no tape. So it's like, it's not just me, Tinker, Jet, and Nikki that are complaining, and Gabe, or like some of the other regulars that were on the tape side. It's now everybody's complaining about this group. So the ref's like, what can I do? But at the very last 30 seconds of the game, I did not get this one on camera, this game on camera. Tinker did. For some reason, my GoPro didn't turn on, I think because I was recording inside, because after the second game, this group of guys was talking about fighting me. And this is the important factor. So when Damien said he was done, Damien said he had a headache. He wanted to get out of the staging area. They have a lobby at Miami Airsoft that's right by the store. It's air conditioned. I said, okay, kid, no problem. If you've got that big of a headache. And what? What? I'm going to be sitting. Just stay in your room. Cora, come here. Cora, come here. So when Damien's inside there, these group of guys went inside of the store area, and they were talking about how they're going to beat my ass, how they're going to jump me, how they're going to kick my ass, with my son right on the other side. I could hear him clear as day. Now, mind you, this kid has extreme limited mobility in his limbs, in his arms, and in his fucking chair. He's in his action track chair. He can't go fast. He's now trapped in his mind between these fucking assholes and any way that he can get out to get to me. I'm in the staging area. He should be safe. He should be fine. He's a kid in a fucking wheelchair, right? These guys are saying that they're going to light him up. They're going to beat me up. So now Damien gets so scared, he wets himself. You have such a small fucking penis. You got to make threats and everything else to cause a kid who's disabled to feel so threatened that he urinates. Big fucking machismo there, buddy. Big fucking dick syndrome, right? Right. You're the man right there. You know, I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going to light him up. I'm going to kill that motherfucker. And also other words like the N word that they used incessantly. So trigger warning. I can't say it. Sin could say it. I can't say it. But they drop the N word a lot because it's the Miami that think that the N word is something that they could just say whenever. So at this point in time, I come back over to Damien because I checked up on him and he gave me there was a heads up because those guys went back inside, and you know they're over there by their table, and now they've made multiple threats that they were going to fight or punch me. So when I walked past by Damien, he says, "Watch out, be careful. And I didn't think much of what he was saying. I said, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Yeah." Um, I go out, I play the third round, I come back out, um, and that's when I discovered that he actually urinated himself because he tried to hide it. He tried to keep it to himself. He didn't want to know that he was like anybody know that he was scared. Here's a problem. It disabled the action track chair. It caused one of the, I had to call to find out what the hell was going on. So I had to call my wife because we have no way of moving this thing with him in it, especially when he had the mess and all that. So call the wife. She's on her way to Miami Airsoft. Um, Thomas, we'll get to that in a minute. So so the fourth game starts, and at this point, I'm ripping pissed. I'm ripping mad. I mean, uh, they actually put a lot of time between myself between the games, um, and it was kind of surprising just how much time they put between the games. But let's see here. I can get rid of this one and upload this one because I want to talk about this next. This one's going to take a second to upload, so I'll just keep talking. These guys wanted so desperately to go up and come after me and to shoot me, which I'm fine with. I don't care if your sole job, your sole objective in any game that you do is to come after me and shoot me up. I don't care. That's airsoft. That's the sport. I want you guys to. If you think you can come at me, by all means, come at me. I don't care. You know, I mean, we're gonna fight. We're gonna have a pew pew fight and go through. You're probably gonna get me. I'm probably gonna get you. My snap skills are on point. The speed in which my aim is usually extremely true, even in tight spots. I'm a great airsoft player, and I'm sounding arrogant, but it's not that. It's just I'm really good at what I fucking do. So I don't care if you come at me, if you want to challenge me and go head to head. I don't give a shit. That's part of what I live for with this. It gives me content. If you keep coming at me and you lose or you get shot and I get shot, that's part of this sport, right? I don't care. These guys were so desperate because they wanted to cause harm, is the thing. They wanted to say, light me up. They were talking. They didn't realize Jet and Nikki were part of my team that were right there, that were there with me to play. So they're running their mouths to each other and they're telling them, yo, if we don't get on tape, if we're still on tape, we're just going to start shooting them. I hope so too, but we're getting to that point. We're getting up to the really point that was there. So the very next game starts and good, it's uploaded. Then this happened. They thought they were going to be slick and rip off their tape.
If it has the engraving on the barrel, because the Eagle has a engraving on it already. On the barrel.
Yeah, they just ripped it off.
He's retaping them.
I know, I saw.
That's so funny.
At Miami Airsoft, if they tape you up, refs are the ones that remove the tape off the team. So they ripped off their tapes thinking that they're going to skate by, and it didn't work. Because they knew it was going to happen. So because that failed, we then told their other boys that were there to just go at them, shoot them up. So during the game, you guys can see this nice red thing. Here's what happened there.
The fuck, man? See what you just did to my face? You see what you just did after I shot you in the fucking hand? Sorry. No, fuck you, man.
Oh, and not to underestimate just how bad these guys were. Like Blue Shirt guy, that was all the rage. he's yelling and screaming and saying everything else, uh, and mouthing off. Mind you, he's overshooting the shit out of everybody. I'm pretty sure he was going full auto, but I wasn't close enough to hear myself, and then the audio is just a little bit choppy because of, Tinker's shooting. It sounds like it was you can't tell if it was full auto or not, so I can't say with, like, 100% certainty that it was, but that's another thing that he was doing right there. Um, so and mind you guys, this is only 4 games total. 4 games. Total of 38 minutes. That's a couple games went long. Um, let's see here. Yep. So there's more video coming up. I mean, literally, I I have a if I could show you my screen without it going all wonky, I can show you why I have to do it in this particular way. There's like I can only put up so much video at one time to be pre-queued and processed, so you guys can see it. But here's one of his other buddies that decides that he's immortal to BBs, and that whenever he shoots, he hits you.
He's like not fucking calling any of it.
Yeah, I know. I touched the kid 3 times.
Reloading.
Reloading. I'm dead. You sort of saw the sequence video where he's just standing there against the wall like that. What he was doing was he didn't go back to respawn. He stood there dead and kept telling all the guys who were coming up where the people were in the tower that were shooting at the spawn. I mean,
Yeah, they should have been. They're done. They should have been gone. I have moved on from soda to beer at this point, so,
okay, I got more for you.
and it's
So this is
American beer, which is horrible.
so because this is like becoming like a very hostile thing. One of the next videos I'm going to put up as soon as it's done processing is actually a funny video, and not to say that everything was horrible yesterday. There were some good moments, like there was a couple Speedy Boys that were on our team that got switched over, and no Speedy Boys I went up against them, and they weren't toxic. They were actually fun to play with. There was one point where he was shooting at me. I was like, "Bro, you didn't hit me." I was trying to tell him to shoot again, and it just didn't go through. But this perhaps was one of the funnier moments I saw when I was going through Tinker's footage.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh! Buen tiro.
Slide fail.
Freaking Tinker. Was an attempt made.
There were several attempts made. After each game there was. When I finally got shot in the nose, I went out. I was like, "Can we now please do something about this? People are starting to get hurt." The threats were becoming real. Well, it doesn't get better, and I'm holding off on this next part until after I play through all the video, because the next part is just story. I'll get to that, Buck. I'll get to that. So, mind you, all this is happening. The rest of these videos, I think, are all during the last bit. But wait, hold on. Oh yeah, this is fucking great. You guys have heard how many times I'm getting hit, right? You hear the thwack, thwack, thwack at least 4 or 5 times on my chest and everything else. These guys were bitching and complaining about Tinker and everybody else, them taking 4, 5, 6 shots, and they're yelling at us. But at the same time, nobody got shot less than 4 times from them. I mean, they kept shooting. Before you even had a chance to put your hand up, you're getting shot. And even when your hand's up, you're still getting shot. Um, So it's one of those things where, it's like, all right, dude, well, whatever. So this is 4 minutes into the first game after everybody's getting overshot. This is Tinker saying, okay. Yo, chill, bro. Damn. So it's okay for you to
Camouflage.
shoot people.
Yeah, clearly he was
Yeah.
camouflaged, and Tinker couldn't actually see him, so there's no way Tinker. Like, this is just. I don't even know what it's comedy of errors. Like, I this is like Shakespearean supervillain bad. Like,
Oh, that guy that's cheating back there, bro. They don't.
I don't want to hear from you, man. You're a cheater anyway.
Oh, that guy that's cheating back there, bro. They don't.
I don't want to hear.
Sorry. That was odd. It just started playing. We're going to talk about this one for a second, right? So, go ahead.
but like seriously, like when other people do it, but when he does it, it's playing the game to win. That's airsoft 3 to 6 times. I mean, to be fair, on average, to be honest, 3 to 4 times. I personally, because you hit him in kit, they don't feel it. By the 4th shot, you should know you got hit. At the minimum.
Hello, Mr. Grunny.
You should know you got hit. These guys aren't even wearing shirts.
Yeah.
They're doing the dance.
Most of them, except
you
for
can clearly see they know they got hit.
Except for the dude in all black. They all were wearing T-shirts. And they were bitching and complaining about the welts they were getting. Well, yeah, you're getting welted up because you're not calling your fucking hits. My gun hits like a freight train. I warned you at the start of the game when you guys weren't calling hits that if you keep it up, I'm going to aim for soft spots to make sure you call your hits. I don't care about getting shot 3 times. What I'm talking about is the Ghost Gaming is the hypocrisy of their bitching and complaining about being shot. That he's like, yo, slow down, man. Because they're bitching and complaining about people not calling their hits, people cheating, and being overshot when they're doing the exact same thing. If you don't like it, don't do it. But you're doing it because you want to be the super hard operator and everything else. You're a man-child. So
Usually the people that complain about getting overshot aren't calling their hits, which is why they're getting overshot. No, I'm taking into account there is some overshooting that occurs. I'm with that, but most of those people, is case in point, that are bitching about being overshot are because they're not taking their hits.
Yeah, and with the rage that was going on with those guys, I'm just seeing you already saw that one. All right. Like I said, this is the most clips I've put together that are like really worth it in a long time, especially for a show, especially for one of these. So I'm sorry if these are like more and more things than you guys are used to, but it's I have to. So when we're talking about overshooting, watch this. Whoops. Okay. Well, that didn't clip what I thought it clipped. It's gonna be on this other video. I guess I must have clipped when I was doing the clips. It must have taken out the section. So the blue shirt guy was literally going ham. When you go down that turn where the blue shirt guy went, their spawn is a direct line down there, and all the people were standing there. So there's a whole lot of yelling and screaming going on. I gotta upload it again. Hold on. Restream's being picky today. Restream's like, you're giving me too much work with all this server upload shit. Please stop. It's hurting me. But while we do that, this is like because I decided to go, I kick off. This was the second game where I did a sweep on their spawn.
Not on your team, bro. Hit.
They got mad that I swept them. They got so. Are you still there? Okay. All right. Last one I'm really gonna put up this, and I'll finish off. Just to give you like a flavor of the rage. I think this is where he was overshooting and yelling because I must not have actually clipped it.
Steve Thomas, not even just that.
Oh, he's absolutely right. They have no skill. They think whenever they point a gun and the laser touches somebody and they pull the trigger, that person's hit. He actually said off out of thing, yo, I had my laser on you, pull the trigger. And I said, that doesn't mean shit. I was like, your laser doesn't mean that you hit me. Nice try. And when I was playing with him and he's like, yo, that guy's not calling it. I was like, yeah, because your hop-up's off. And I go, fucking moron. And I walked away from him because literally his BBs were going up after about 30 feet, like 50 feet. It's curving upwards. I was like, you don't know how to use your fucking gun. And you're gonna sit there and say that that you're fucking hitting people and all that? No, you're not. Just because you aim a gun at somebody, just because you aim a fucking airsoft rifle and pull the trigger, there's so many factors that go in there. Using lightweight BBs, and you're under the fans, those fans will push them all over the place. It happens all the time. So for the fourth game, they decided when they were going to go on there that they were going to take opportunities to shoot at me whenever they get a chance. Whenever they get a chance. So the one that has like the black shirt on that has wording on it, he shot me in the side of my face, inside of my hand, while I was on their team, while I was pushing up. Jet saw it because at first I thought it was Jet. He goes, no, it was the guy that just ran up there, and sure enough, it was that asshole. And I was like, what the fuck? So I just shook my head and walk away, right? Like whatever. I'll payback's a bitch. Well, then as I'm walking back, after I'm walking back on the field after dealing with my bloody nose and shit, this happened. Now, this is the exact moment I realized I'm not playing anymore today. I'm done. I'm done dealing with these assholes. I'm pissed off to high hell, right? I'm fucking done. This happened.
No, that guy, they were cheating back there, bro. They don't
I don't want to hear from you, man. You're a cheater anyway. Yeah, he's being an asshole.
What the fuck was that?
Yo, stop doing that.
You keep doing it to
I
me.
didn't do that to you, bro.
You just did it back there. Fuck
I
you.
didn't fucking do that to you.
Yes, you did.
I'm on your fucking team, dumbass.
You
Get the fuck
fucking
out of here.
fuck you.
Fuck you, nigga.
Fuck you.
Stupid ass. Dumbass. Fucking dumbass.
Bye. I'm hit.
Him, bro.
He shoots me, I'll shoot him. That's all it goes
Same
at.
team?
He shot me walking when he went right out of spawn. He shot me in the back 2 times in the back of the head. So your boy wants to play that game. I'll play that game all day.
That was the moment I realized I wasn't.
I don't have enough beer for this.
Yeah, I know, ghost gaming, exactly. We have that problem quite a bit. So, um, there was another part where I couldn't actually get where I didn't get it on video because of where I saw where he was and where he went, where he shot me from, and I thought I added it to the video, but I didn't. But he's the one that he shot at me a second time, and luckily he missed, but that's why I shot him in the back just the way I did right there because I had enough of his shit. I had enough of his shit with the stuff that's going through there. Um, if I go through and play back all the times that he dropped the N bomb, it was there. Just so people understand that I'm not making this crap up when he likes to drop the N bomb, and he's definitely the wrong skin tone to use that word. I don't give a fuck. You just don't do that. So here's where shit went even further south. I walked off the field, threw my stuff off. The ref comes over, and the ref starts talking to me. He goes, "What happened?" I was like, because they already knew about my bloody nose. They said, "Who was it?" And I said, "It's that fat fuck right there." And I pointed out the guy that fucking shot me point blank in the nose. And they're all huddled together. They're all laughing and thinking it's funny. And the one in the blue shirts is straight John talking about, "Let's go right now. Let's go right now. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll beat your fucking ass." And I'm like, now, mind you, my guys are like ready to go. I was like, "Do not swing. Let them hit me. Let them fucking hit me. Not only will we get banned from the field, I could take a hit. Because look, I don't. You all just think because I wear glass or anything else, I'm sort of soft body, motherfuckers. I grew up on the street. I got fucking 3 different stab wounds on my body. I could take a fucking hit. I've been hit by 17 fucking cars and 1 Broward County Transit bus. Your weak ass little fucking punch ain't gonna do shit to me." I didn't say any of it. I just was like, let them hit me. I want them to. Then separate and hold everybody back. That's fine. Let them hit me. If they have the balls, they actually do it. They didn't. The admin comes over and MA has a policy of not looking at video. I was like, well, he goes, "It can't be the fat guy that shot you." I was like, they come see the video. It's point fucking blank. You cannot doubt without a drop in your mind what happened. So as I go to get my phone from Damien's my Star's there, and Star comes in. She goes, "You need to talk to him." So I said, "What's going on?" And then he opened up what happened about why he pissed himself. And at this point, the chair is not moving. The action track chair is not moving. That's when we discovered the entire problem. He told me flat out, "Those guys are scary. I don't want you to leave again. They're threatening to fight. They're threatening to beat you up." In his mind, also, they think that they're going to fight him. That's what all the stuff that he translated over from that these assholes were not only going to fight his dad, that they're going to jump me and everything else out in the parking lot or whatever, but they're also going to fight him. So when he tells me this, obviously I get enraged, but I don't leave the lounge. Instead, I pull up the video for the admins to see. I said, "Hey, we need paper towels." And then the admin heard what happened with the admin heard what Damien said. And now they're not happy. So the head ref goes back inside and starts he's banning the blue shirt guy and the one in the black shirt that was there because he sees the video. He goes, they were on your team. And I was like, "Yes, look, these guys had tape on and they're shooting me." He goes, "That's it. They're fucking done." And of course they saw the guy that shot me point blank in the nose. He's done too. So as we're trying to do with Damien, I now have to call Action Track Chair to find out how the fuck to fix the chair to get it out of charging mode, because that's what it was stuck in, charging mode. When it's in charging mode, chair doesn't move. And we're like, "Shit, what the fuck? How do we fix this?" So I go to get my phone and they're like, you can't go in staging right now, Joker." They were all arguing heavily with the admin. So one of the Speedy boys is like, "Do me a favor, can you go grab my phone?" He goes, "Where is that?" It's in my big backpack, in that pouch, bring it out. So Speedy boy brings me my phone. I call Joey from Action Track Chair. As I'm dialing him, these guys come in and they start talking shit. Now, Tinker's right behind me. So is Gabe and Jet. Jet actually felt so unsafe there that he went and got something else. And the admins were all trying to position themselves. Well, they come walking by and they like, "You fat old fuck, you don't belong playing airsoft." And I was like, "Whatever, ja. And this is the part that's probably going to piss off everybody that's watching the stream and why these guys are toxic fucking assholes that don't belong on the face of the earth anymore. Although I'm not threatening them. Let me rephrase. These fucking assholes don't belong in the sport anymore. Okay? These fucking assholes need Jesus. And I'm not religious. These fucking assholes need something to teach them to be better human beings. Because the next thing out of your mouth is, your fucking son doesn't belong here. Yeah, that's the thing that got me ticked off. So I charge forward. Tinker grabs a hold of my H harness. I was like, "Motherfucker, what?" He goes, "Fuck your son. Your fucking son shouldn't be here. Your fucking son does not belong in there. Your fucking son sucks." Damien is literally on the other side of the wall. So now these guys are between me and my son and my wife and my son. My wife's out there too. So now I'm not so concerned about Star. She's a two-time black belt. This chick has kicked some ass before. When I went lunging forward, like Tinker's trying to hold me back. Then all of a sudden, the H harness starts to rip. So then he grabs me, and I'm still pulling Tinker forward, and another guy that's on there. I was like talking about my son, and Tinker's just like he's trying to stop me from going to jail. Now, here's the reason why I know that these fucking assholes were never going to do anything. As soon as I move forward, they retreated. As soon as that the whole Papa mode kicked off, where the anger of a father just comes out, and you said, "What about my son?" And the fact that I'm now pushing two people, like pulling one guy and pushing another person out of my way, coming for them, they started running for the door. And then they see my son, and he turned to Damien and say, "No disrespect, you don't fucking belong out here." I went to go after him again, and Tinker held me back. When I went to go after him a second time, they ran out the door. Those are fucking cowards, pathetic fucking assholes that don't belong in the sport. Now, it looks like the blue shirt guys. There's not a confirmed yet if he's banned or not. They're trying to get him permanently banned from the place. They can't come back for at least 3 weeks. But imagine the fucking nerve you have to say that my kid doesn't belong in the sport. That any kid doesn't fucking belong in the sport. What, the sport's only meant for you? Miami Airsoft's only for you? What a fucking piece of human garbage. This kid is trying to do everything he can to live his best life, to be part of something that he really wants to do, really wants to enjoy. And because you have so much fucking testosterone running through your system that you think that you're this big Billy fucking badass, that you can threaten people, you can threaten kids, you can do everything else. You can cause children to get so scared that they piss themselves, and you don't and you think it's funny? You think that they don't fucking belong in the sport? Fuck you, piece of dog shits, man. I swear to God. So if you wonder why I'm like so fucking pissed off today, and so why I decided to do a hostile thing, it's not for the fucking clicks, it's not for the fucking views. It's to get these fucking assholes permanently banned, and they don't fucking belong in the sport. If you think that if you go to a fucking airsoft field and there's fucking kids there, especially ones that are in a wheelchair trying to play this fucking sport, and you think they don't fucking belong there, you don't fucking belong there. I don't give a fuck who you are. There's nobody that should not belong inside of in this fucking sport. There's always ways to get people inside the sport. And when they're being accommodated by getting the stuff that's built out for them so they don't get hurt, so they can be an active member of this fucking community, play with them. Don't treat them like fucking shit. I don't give a fuck how much of an operator you think you are, how much of a Billy Badass you think you are. Oh no, it's not fair. He gets to roll around in the riot shield. The kid goes 5 fucking miles an hour. You could literally run circles around him while he's going up the thing. He's only got, what, 30-degree range? Fuck you. Fucking piece of dog shits.
Now, a lot of you don't know me. Some of you do know me. So, a few of you on here, I'm pissed. So, you know, right now I'm in fact pissed because I get calm. Let's the situation. Let's take the wheelchair out of the situation. Joker's expressed my views on verbosely. There are kids other than there are players other than Joker there. I think and I feel there's a failure in management that occurred early on because after the first game, after everything that happened in that first game, those guys should have been sent home. That is my opinion. Like it or don't like it, I don't. Today, I don't give a shit. Warriors that decide to come out because that's what these remind me of. Keyboard warriors, guys that feel they can talk, they can do all this talk and all this bad mouth and on kids. because nobody's going to stop them. That's what they think. And I think, was it Mike Tyson plan until they're punched in the face? There was no need. There was no reason. Like, what happens to you to wake up in the morning and decide, I'm going to go play a sport and be a complete piece of shit cross? Like, what is the mentality? What is the thought process that you roll out of bed and go today? Like, what? None of their conduct from start to finish is fucking acceptable, all the way up to the end, worse and worse. And that's why I'm saying it's a failure in management. And I understand they have policies there in place and things like that. Kids and new people are absolutely correct, Robert. Kids and new people. We're getting old. Okay, eventually it'll just happen.
I'm going to show you the size of the kids here, right? Because you all got to see this. So if you see, that's Damien sitting down. There's 4 of them right there. Wait till you see, like, watch right here, this right here. Look how small this kid is. See how small that kid is? See how fucking small that kid is?
It's unacceptable. It is.
That's how that kid is fucking small. That kid is fucking small. I mean,
I think this is a case of kids being raised by their friends, which is a thing that started happening around 2019, 2020. It's literally kids being raised by their friends because their parents aren't paying attention. I know exactly what causes this shit. Why should happen? But again, the first incident, the very perfect example, they caused you to lose a rental their behavior. They should be gone. They caused, as a business owner, they cost you money.
So I just want you guys to see, this is pretty much all of Damien's range when it comes down to his gun, right? He doesn't have that much range of motion with the gun. So it's not like he's got a huge amount of range for him to go through to shoot with, right? You see it very little. So, you know, to sit there and bitch and complain because the kid's a mobile riot shield is fucking irrelevant. I'm not crouched down behind him. I'm standing above him when he goes right, like, here is his perspective of the incident that happened, right? That's his range. Now, mind you, his gun's not even shooting there. Like, here. See, nothing's coming out because the mag's not working. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to somebody real quick. Hold on. I want to give a huge shout out to this guy. He's on the opposite team. He's a guy that when we first started coming out, he didn't know the rules all that well. So he would do shit from time to time that was just, you know, like hide behind dead players, you know, and, you know, blind fire and everything else. Is this where it's at? So I just want to give this guy a huge shout out because, you know, he's really improved as a player. Here he is right here. This guy. He's from Argentina. Here. Oh, God damn it. So Damien pointed the gun at him. He told me the gun's not working. It's not firing, but now he's able to shoot again. So the guy came out of play, said, I called the hit, even though he didn't shoot me because it's right there. We have every issue we had at BTA, Black Tiger Airsoft, is 99% non-regulars. They just come in with the mindset they're going to cause trouble. It's hilarious. They get banned, I guess, since they're not coming back anyway since they're out of town. Yeah. So I want to give that guy a huge shout out because he actually cared about Damien enough to say, "Hey, I want your kid to be able to play. He's not shooting." That's honor and integrity. And that's actually also a sign of somebody that when he first started playing airsoft didn't know and understand the rules, but had a desire to learn and to make sure that he was always calling his hit. He's actually a really good player to play against right now. He's challenging. His gun is really good, and he's got really good aim. There was one point during the I haven't clipped it yet because it is actually funny. When I did that whole spree and I came around, he was standing right there. I was going for him next, and I got clipped in the back, and I was like hit, and I was like, "You got so lucky." So the bottom line bullshit that comes down to all the shit that's happening, like with these guys, if you play, so at the end of all of it, the head ref came out and talked to me, and I'm like, and he's like, look, you got heated. I was like, yes, but I was done for the day. I was like, I was justified in getting heated. He said, no, I don't have a problem with you. He goes, you did the right thing. At least you backed off. He goes, by the way, I saw what you did in the cameras. They had to hold you back. I was like, yeah, they said my fucking son doesn't belong here. He goes, we told him that, you're there to, they go, he's too old to play. He's too old to play. The fuck? And they started yelling at him because we called out who the ones that were on tape that were shooting other players on tape. And they go, why does he get a ban? He goes, you shot him, right? And the one kid goes, yeah. He goes, he can shoot you back. Is he playing right now? No. Well, guess what? He's going home today too.
It's freaking disgusting. Also, I was not aware that I am now too old to play airsoft because I'm older than Joe. Find a new hobby now.
How old are you? How old are you?
I don't want to talk about it.
This texts me now. I'm just curious. I won't say it out loud. I promise. Oh yeah. Okay. We have young faces.
Stu got it right.
They got me good.
Also, it credit all the food the Army gave to me.
Yeah,
Moondog and I are older too.
Black don't crack.
Wow, Stu.
It just fades.
Wow.
Just smokes it. It's
Stu.
Well, the real fucked up thing is that my wife got to see the absolute worst part of airsoft. The absolute worst part. You have guys now that are about ready to throw down and fight. And I swear, if they would have kicked off and started doing something, I don't know what happened because there was other people that weren't associated with me or my team that were sick of these guys that were going to fight them as well. I mean, people were about ready to throw down with this crew because of the shit that they were pulling. I was like, from the start of the game, they're screaming and yelling, calling out people's hits. From the start of the game. Jet goes in, and it's his first game of the day. He goes, you've been fucking cheating all day. He goes, dude, I just got here. Is there one of those read between the lines, or is that a Ohio gang thing? Rings so rum like a tree.
But so even those three young kids with the dad may never come back to the sport again because of this experience.
4. It was 4.
4. Sorry, 4. That's 4 new players that we lost to this. We may have lost the community because of a bad experience. Because again, somebody woke up this morning, ate a box of Attic.
We were going out there to have a good time. We're going
2
out
weeks
there
ago.
Isaac, did they go in there on a weekend or the weekday? Yeah, Joseph, the problem that we have is we have the Miami machismo down here. That's the biggest problem that we have. The Miami machismo. The weekends are toxic as shit there. I refuse to go on a weekend. Not because I'm going to get
Dude.
that I'm not going to be able to play to win or anything else. It's because the weekends are overcrowded. What I told them the suggestion was is that, hey, do what Nashville Airsoft does. Nashville Airsoft, when they get full up and they're at capacity and all that, they're overloaded. What they do is they have A and B groups that are going. So A goes, they play. When A's done, B then goes on the field. When they're done,
Yeah,
A
these
goes back
sessions,
on the field.
session
If they have a
play.
party, yeah, you just do sessions like so. Yeah, you're taking 16 minutes out, but when you're filled up with 80 to 100 people at Miami Airsoft, it's not good gameplay to have that many people out there, right? And then you add the Miami Cheese one. Then you add the heat.
That field's not big enough for that.
Yeah. The heat there is also a huge factor.
Like people, when people ever ask me
when I
for
s-
advice, new players, I always tell them, "Sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
go. It's all you."
No, it's go
I
ahead.
was like, when people ask me for
I
advice, I
agree.
always tell them, "Have fun, don't play to win. If winning is how you have fun, then go for it." But I never play because I don't need this level of intensity and negativity in my life. These guys are heated because they're playing to win all the time, and like you can clearly see in all the footage, they clearly suck at this sport.
Mhm.
But they assume they're awesome.
The only
Damien,
outdoor place down
he
there.
was going out there.
Go ahead.
Down where? Oh, do you guys have an outdoor place?
The closest one that has any. There's the closest ones are about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, respectively. You have one down in Homestead, which is Matrix, which is run by another group that we just won't mention here that have their own host of problems. So the cheating factor won't go there, but at least they have some structured shit down there. I just won't go there. The other place is DEO Battlegrounds. The problem there is that there's no structures there. It's mostly woods ball with a few obstacles and stuff lying around. But the community there is awesome. So the big problem right now is I can't go to either one because it's too fucking hot. I'll be honest, it's too fucking hot. I need to take breaks and everything else between the sessions of play and all that. And right now with the way gas is, I'm not spending the money to go drive all the way over there because that's a tank of gas.
Exactly, Victor. And Chris, I couldn't agree more. This is why I love our chat. They get it. This is why I love the chat here. They get it.
Yeah. I by all means, that's what I want to do. Is that we go out there and we look to make friends. We don't look for problems. We're not elitists that say, "Oh, you guys suck. We don't want to talk with you." I say this all the time when it comes down to for people that join up on my team. I was like, we don't care how good of a player you are, because we'll always find a role for you. What we care about is if you're a decent human being, if you're a good person, if you mesh with everybody, right? We go out to play the objectives. We go out to play the game that we're playing, or win the game that we're playing. So if it's Conquest, we go for all the lights. If it's TDM, which I don't think, I don't think TDM should ever be a game player, a game mode at Miami Airsoft. Reason being is there's no objective. The objective is us to shoot each other. So the objective then becomes spawn trap the other team. So, that's why they have the light game, they have Conquest. Those two games should always be used for everyone. So then that way there's an objective for people to go to. So at least they're not going for it. And then the teams find out that there's sometimes an objective out there, what to do. It's like, especially when you come off the field and say, "Oh, we kicked your guys' ass." It's like, no, you didn't. We got all 5 lights. What? We're playing Conquest. We weren't playing fucking TDM, man. We got the lights. We got the light by your spawn, which means we swept you.
That's one thing. That's one thing I didn't like about playing down there. Like game modes we played, but they're all stagnant objectives. There was no dynamic game modes like or bomb transport. We didn't play any of those. Like there was no dynamic modes.
Yeah, so
because the stagnant games, all the lights are. Like he knows where all the lights are. He's going to be there before you.
uh, there's a lot of comments that have come in on the post, so I'm going to go through and read some of them. Like Joseph Goldstein. Oh God, he just wanted to find some outlaw motorcycle meme vets to go play them and see how that goes for them. Ban them from the facility. I'm a former Marine police officer. There's no reason to allow that, Smart. You're having fun with a good group of people, and that's what it should be. Not crazy. Um, I see your live pod. If you're with other military family police doing live training, learn how to move through the building. Something else, you can't allow that behavior. I agree. The behavior shouldn't be allowed. In fact, I mean, part of the reason why this kicked off was that the facility was warned. We warned them, hey, this is something's probably going to go off there. And then one of the other guys said, well, maybe you're planning for it. I was like, no, I just see what's going to happen. I can see. I haven't played yet. I played one game, and within the first minute of the game, they're screaming and yelling. This is a problem. I don't know how long they've been here. Dynamic game. What do you think this is? Bad blood. The other thing that is that's that going back to what you're saying about the stuff is like a lot of times they don't run it like running bomb game because it runs right into the enemy spawn. So it's usually a challenge and everything else for the players and all that. So again, it's the Miami Machismo that kicks in, and people are like, "Well, this sucks," and they go through and they start getting in a hostile state because I don't like being in that state of mind, man. I'm there with my kid. I want my boy to have fun playing airsoft. I want my boy to ride through and be, and to be to make him a dynamic element, that he's a juggernaut, that he gets to shoot either team or anybody that he fucking wants to. They have to get past him and everything else. They got to tap him. People have had fun with games like that. But when we showed up there and these guys, the first game, are acting this way, it's going to be a bad day of airsoft. And it goes to any field owner. You should empower your refs to say, you guys can't play anymore. Sorry. Now, the ref did get up in the tower, and the ref was hit checking them, and they weren't calling their hits. That should have been enough right there to get them banned, or at least kicked out for the day, or at least a game or two. I shot you. You didn't take the hit. You're out. What? You're out. And they're like, oh, well, and then they also kept making motions like the ref was sucking my dick. And I'm like, because I'm telling the truth and I'm showing the video. I was like, the one dude in black, I was like, I'll bet you $1 that I shot you before I was pulling my trigger and my BBs were in the air before I got hit. No, it's not worth it. I was like, the video is going to be up tonight on Players Wanted, because it is. I'm not fucking around, And then after his two buddies got kicked out for the nay and all that stuff, and they're gone, he comes over and is like, "Oh man, I didn't realize that they were talking shit to your boy and all that." I was like, "It doesn't fucking matter, man. You shouldn't be talking shit to me either." I was like, "I don't care if you want to have a challenge and come after me on the field, by all means, take that challenge. I don't care. It's part of the sport. I love it when people try headhunting me because I take them out. The big problem is that you can't sit there and bitch and complain about being overshot and bitch and complain about cheaters when you're not calling your hits and you're overshooting people. No, I'm not. So I played him a video right there. I was like, that's not you calling your hit, and that's not you overshooting somebody, because you're overshooting me. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't have it both ways, man. Either you play like you want to be hit, or you're going to get hit like you play. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody, because fuck.
Get it? But it's literally ridiculous. The whole situation is just ridiculous and was avoidable from the beginning. Like, I'm not telling somebody else how to run their field. If this would have happened at Crucible, the refs are to sit out a game. They're empowered to tell you to go home for a day. They're empowered to issue a ban pending admin approval. But 90% of the time, I wasn't there.
You guys also will look at video, especially if it's close range. Like when I went to show you the video of the one guy that wasn't calling it, I was like, we started playing the first part of the video where, hey, oh yeah, we could definitely see that. But then when it was far out, I was like, I was like, yeah, I even said, you can't base anything off this. I was like, I could tell you from what I saw, it's there, but don't worry, I'll blow it up for you later on so you guys can see it, just so you have it for your knowledge. And that's how I said, for your knowledge. You guys then took the actions after. And then, of course, you were right there when Scott Sheriffs decided to cheat a second time right in front of us. That was fucking fantastic. Talk about another fucking toxic player. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that dude. Oh, I'm after everybody that's fucking toxic. I mean, if you guys are pulling...
Yeah, like, it could have been avoided if they empowered the reps to deal with the situation. Like, they're not. If you're hit checking somebody, they're not immediately. They need to be taken off the field. Like, I am baffled as to how it got to. I mean, because if I'm wrong, you guys in chat can correct me.
Nope. I mean, it shouldn't have gotten to that point. It shouldn't have, but it did. And the bigger problem is that the admins, the refs need to have the ability to do shit, right? They need to. And they really need to be able to...
The testicular fortitude to do it. So, because I've been to fields where they just are afraid to be there, or they're afraid of what's going to happen. But that's why you're in that position. Like, yeah, dude, not at all. So this is a common misconception. Fields make no money off of admission. They make money off their store. Your admission might cover part of your utility. Might.
Rentals. So rentals at some of these fields like MA do. The rentals matter.
And that depends on your rental fees
and all the gear
you're offering.
Yeah.
And that's consumable use. And that falls in that category. But you make more product, your consumables, your BBs, your green gas, HPA refills if you charge for it, all those consumables and new gun sales are really what you make your money off of. Really mostly just cover a little bit of your overhead. They're not a huge income. Because you guys, most people don't take into account like rent, electricity, all the other things you have to deal with, field maintenance. That's a lot of money. And unless you're the current nuts ahead, for a day bass, you're not. Doug, as a field owner, trust me, you like every dollar or cent you can get because it's expensive to run a field. And players, Thus isn't calling them to take care of your field. They don't. We've had idiots come out and intentionally shoot out lights in front of me and look at me like I'm home. Because they don't, that's what we encourage was our staff, our reps, even if they're not on the clock, they're playing. Our admin, our management, they play because we need to know what problems are happening and what is going on and to pay attention to it. Like Joker said, when we caught the one guy cheating, I was on the field. I was the one shooting at him while he was. And then he tried to say he wasn't to my face because he didn't realize it was me.
No regrets.
You guys can't see in this video because I don't have a tracer. What you guys can't see in this video because I don't have the Joker also shooting into it.
Oh wait, hold on. I can just keep hitting play. Oh, I love that shot too. Like right off the arm. Yeah.
But it's after that event, and I had a conversation with him. I was like, I don't care if you paid to be here today. You were causing a toxic environment for the players here. If it happens again, you're going to go home. And to be honest, after that moment, he stopped being a shithead because he realized we were.
Yeah, and he was there specifically to cause a problem for you because of the fundraiser that you were having for us because he got fired from working Syndicate 2.
Yeah, but these toxic individuals in the community and our fields, and ultimately becomes an admin's responsibility, becomes a field owner, becomes the management staff's responsibility. In the case that we're talking about tonight, if any of those refs that hit checked them and they failed their hit check would have called them on their shit, it would have been escalation. If one of those refs, when they started dropping the M-bomb over the field, would have told them to go home, it would have de-escalated.
Yep. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening now. And the shit happened last night. Star had to come get Damien. So after she worked all day, 20 minutes. Oh, and she almost dropped him. Luckily, I was right there, and we both were able to pick him up and put him into the chair because of the lifting and everything else, because he was wet. And then on top of that, we had to sit there and figure out how to fix the action track chair, which, Buck, if you're still watching, we did get it up and running. There's a thing that we now know how to fix to disconnect and reconnect, and it's working fine now. But imagine if you would, the level of stress, anxiety, and everything else a kid in a wheelchair had to suffer through, all because somebody wants to be a couple people want to be raging dickholes. I don't give a fuck if he thinks he wants to come on here and do it. He's banned me, so fuck him. He's a toxic individual. I could easily show some of the messages and everything else that's there. The dude fucking cheated at a fucking charity game. You want to see it again, Zach? I'll gladly play it. I don't give a fuck. He knows where he stands. That's why he's always talking shit about our events and everything else to everybody else. He brought my hostility on himself.
Actually, the first time we aired that footage, he was invited to come on and talk, and he chose not to.
I don't give.
That's a different incident. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Focus.
Why don't you call out other toxic groups too? Got footage?
In this footage.
But I mean, we're only gonna be streaming for 6 more minutes. Let's start with SRT. What has SRT done? So if you want to sit there and talk shit about SRT, what has SRT done in the last 3 years to do anything? Because here's the fun part, right? I can't wait to say first person to say, "Oh, at Syndicate," because it wasn't even fucking SRT. That's a person right there. No, I'm not going to go on. I'm going to turn it this way. You want to talk about a team that took heart some of the shit that was being said about them and made massive changes to their team dynamic? Look at SRT. Actually,
no, I can address this.
Not.
Zach, hold on. No, hold on, Zach. You're correct. Here's the thing, and this happened about 3 to 4 years ago. I had a problem with SRT, and it wasn't all of SRT, because even you will admit, actually decent players. It was a core group of people that were assholes, and the leadership at SRT made an active decision, an active choice team. In the last 3 years, I know a lot of field owners. I know a lot of field owners had issues with SRT. In the last 3 years, they have gone above and beyond to try to repair their reputation. And this isn't, I'm not anybody. I'm stating this. Joker can tell you, when he first mentioned them to me, I went on a tirade because I'm part of 3 fields, and all 3 of those fields had it. And I personally pulled back on my bias, and I gave them a shot. In the last 3 years, I don't know any field that's actually had a problem with them. Incident haven't happened. I don't know. Send us the footage. If you want us to call somebody out, send us the footage. We'll look at it. But I have not seen it in 3 years. Prior to that, I had a major issue with a lot of them until I actually pulled me aside and said, is it the team or is it members of the team?
So here's the problem, right? What happens
Because they
is a
used
lot
to
of
be
times,
like a 40 team, and I think they're down to like 10 guys now. Seriously retarded team.
because here's the other
So
reality when
Zach,
it comes down
seriously,
to
if you want us
SRT,
to
right?
call them out,
Am I lagging?
sorry, Zach, if you want us to call somebody out, anybody who's lagging,
Is it me that's lagging? I don't know, because each time I go to
maybe.
talk, yeah, it's like, because all right. So here's a valid thing I'll say about, like, here's a thing that's like that I hammer on when people bitch and complain about SRT, right? People are bitching and complaining about SRT at lockdown because of their camo patterns. They wore appropriate camo that they were allowed to wear. It wasn't their fault, for one, because that was bad camo. That's why when I ran Syndicate 1, we changed the fucking camo to green versus tan to end that. At Syndicate 1, people were blaming SRT for cheating, going full auto and everything else. It wasn't even SRT. Gabe sent me the footage of the time when everybody was bitching about it. It was Tinker just going ham on his trigger, not even full auto. So again, SRT gets blamed for somebody else's bullshit. Because anytime something goes wrong, people blame SRT when SRT is out of the field. And it happens all the time. Like there was we were at one event when somebody else was wearing a Hawaiian shirt and I wasn't even on the field. I had to go off the field and deal with something. Somebody comes back and says that Joker's out there fucking cheating and all this other bullshit. Him in his fucking Hawaiian shirt, and they go, Joker's not on the field. They go, yes, he is. He's right over there. And he goes, that's not Joker. Just because somebody has a Hawaiian fucking shirt does not mean it's Joker. You know, it's like people, when they find themselves a whipping boy, they want to whip it. And because they just want to make themselves feel better because of somebody else. That's what it boils down to. They want to feel better because they're tearing down somebody else. You know, I try not to tear down people. I try to stay positive. But fuck, man, you know, oh my God, Scott, you should come defend yourself. Fuck that dude. Fuck him. If he wants to defend himself, how about he stop being an asshole to everybody? That's simple. You know, he cheated against the wrong person. He got caught. He didn't apologize for it. I'll show it whenever. I'm talking about toxic individuals in this industry that do shit like this. So,
I mean, and like to be, you're only as good as your last performance, especially in this sport. And there's a lot of people that had interactions with SRT in the past that steadfast this fuck those guys mentality. I was not gonna lie, but in my eyes, numbers to like 10. And granted, there's still one or two people I have to have a conversation with every now and then, but the majority of the team that's left actually comes to play. There's been moments where I know I hit somebody and I said something and they've been like, oh, sorry, I didn't feel it, and walked away. As opposed to some of their old players who would want to argue with me.
or, you know, if something ever's been brought up with Gabe about one of the members doing something, he responds and acts on it appropriately within a quick amount of time. He's not screwing around with it. You know, I mean, he knows his reputation because of his field and everything else is important. Oh, so Dom, you want to come in? So, is there a reason why you were talking shit on the thing earlier? Like, what the fuck did I do to piss you off? I mean, I
Also,
go out to this
excuse you,
sport
sir,
to
I
have
am not a.
I'm just a cunt. Okay. Whatever. Very annoying. Okay. Yes, it
We're
is.
running a little bit over here, but I gotta. But again, if you guys want us to call, show us the footage. Hell, if you want to collect up at some point, send me the footage.
Mhm. That's why I have Dollar Theater. I mean, fuck. If I screwed up and I didn't because there's been a few times where I haven't called hits. Like one guy was shooting a gun at. It was like we got a chrono because I wasn't feeling it. He's shooting .20s at 265 FPS. I didn't feel a single hit across the field. I didn't. At Miami stuff, I couldn't feel the hits. I didn't know. I was like, I didn't feel anything, didn't see anything, didn't know what the hell was going on or anything else like that, right? No idea that this kid was even shooting me. And he's like yelling up. I think Dom's just fucking trying to troll now. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. I don't give a shit. Like right now, I'm best damn board games you never heard of, and I'm doing my first convention in 2 years.
I have no idea. Anyway,
Dom must be drunk.
I think in summation,
That would
the
be
moral of this story is don't be a toxic asshole.
Yeah. I mean, like we were talking about the other day. And I know we're probably going to go for like another 5 minutes, and then we're going to call it because I'm going to go see Thor: Love and Thunder tonight, with the wife. So we were talking about this about don't let other people interfere with your fun and your gameplay, and to a certain extent that's true, and you shouldn't. Also, you should try to take the time to teach people if they're fucking up. Say, hey, here's why you're fucking up. And there's certain points where it just you can't get past it. And the fourth game was my last game. Like I wish I had the camera going when I came off the fourth time. Tinker's doing this. Like, are we staying? Are we going? We're gonna go get Fuddruckers or not? And I was like, I'm done. And then that's when the admin comes over. He goes, Joker, I'm gonna have to ask you not to play anymore today. I was like, oh, that was already a thing, man. That wasn't gonna happen. I'm not playing anymore today. I'm not in that mindset. And my wife just got here, and we're trying to fix the chair and everything else. Now, I will give props to a lot of the people that were at Miami Airsoft that were trying not to be toxic, that were trying to get these guys to calm down. There was groups of people that we know that were going over there. They're trying to say, like, yo, guys, can you chill out? And they're telling them to fuck off and mind their business. You have like when I showed up, there's a guy that I play with. I call his Matthias, and I call him the Russian sympathizer. He was the dude wearing the full gas mask. Remember the full bubble like Russian gas mask?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he was doing that. He goes,
the kid played that thing.
yeah, he was like, he's like, I'm not probably only gonna be here for a couple hours or so. And I was like, really? He goes, for a couple more games. So I'm like, really that bad? He goes, yeah, you'll see. So I was like, yeah, so, I mean, I guess stay toxic, is the mentality of a lot of people that are here, that are playing at MA and everything else. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that we have to be in this position and mindset. We shouldn't be there, and what pisses me off the most is what happened to my kid. Because look, I can't tell you how many times I got in fucking yelling matches MA. It happens, hello Miami machismo. It's gonna fucking happen. People are gonna get pissed. They're gonna get mad. They're gonna say the same shit over and over again. I get it. It's there. Just leave the fucking kids alone. Just leave the fucking kids alone. Anybody else have any final thoughts before we end the stream tonight? And guys, I'm going to be putting up all these clips. I'm going to clip them together in one massive "you're a fucking scumbag" video for YouTube. But if you guys have any parting thoughts, say them now, and we'll go on.
Waiting with the delay.
I know, right? It's like, delay time. Daddy Mags guy. Miss my boys, Zach Ellis, Dominic Slaughter, Steve Tom. It's there. What the fuck? Between close and click is honoring the spirit of the game for knife kills. Okay. Ah. So I'm posting clickbait videos, huh? Okay. No, this one was. So many people say that. All right, so we'll end on this note. Like so many people say, "Oh, clickbait videos that push people away." All right, but there's a certain point where you have to turn around and say, "This shit's not acceptable," and put people on blast, right? Um, to air out just how bad people are, because then they have to show up next week, and you can just go around saying, "Oh, they're cheating like this, like last week," and when we started doing dollar theater, we had people change their attitudes and behavior, especially when they realize, oh, fuck, there's a camera on me. I better behave. Okay, Dom, that's fine. But when the admins and everything else are telling them not to do that, and then you personally say, I'm going to go shoot the kid, that's a fucking dick move. Then threatening to fight and everything else in front of the kid, scaring the shit out of him, is also a dick move. So maybe we should go back and see the video. So the refs and admins said, don't shoot the kid in a wheelchair, just tap him out. And the guy still decides that he's going to put 2 shots into the kid's head. Okay, he's there. His head is protected. That's fine. But again, it's sort of like shooting the defenseless player at times because the kid only goes 5 miles an hour in a confined space. Tag round inbound, he won't be out there. If there's tag rounds and everything else, he won't be out there till he's encased in Lexan. So he can do that. So he can have a good time. But the problem is, man, so obviously you missed the entire portion of the video, but good on you, bro. These guys were being highly, not just to my son. So let's if you got to go Virtue, by all means, I just want to prove something to Dom, who's being a fucktard here for a second. Let's go to the
All right, guys, I gotta head
pretty sure this is
out tonight. I will see you guys Tuesday for the yeah, this is I don't Dominic, I don't know what your views on Joker with all this is, but even if you take him out and his kid out, these guys are being cussing and dropping the N bomb around people's kids. This field lost players and regulars, not just others, because of their behavior, and that's unacceptable. And that's what we're talking about.
See this family right here, Dom?
I gotta
see
go.
this family? All right, see you later. Because I'm only gonna do this for a couple more minutes. See this family right here? Look at the size of that kid right there. You see that size of that kid right there? So you mean to tell me that kid's not allowed to play at Miami? That's not allowed to play airsoft because these guys were yelling and screaming and being toxic as shit to an 8-year-old, yelling, "Call your fucking hit, yo!" Expletive that I can't say, and everything else. Yo, I was like, Damian knew going into there is one thing, but the fact that how they were behaving and how they're acting is totally about. This family only played 2 games after spending almost $150 at Miami Airsoft to play. So you're sitting there saying that I'm the one that's doing fucking clickbait material? Oh, because I did knife kills at a fucking game? Oh, because people have no situational awareness? What the fuck ever? I had people had every opportunity to shoot me and they didn't. Had a good time at the thing. You weren't there. If you were there, maybe we had another victory, but you weren't there at Bad Blood this year. And you put a post up that you're blaming me for that you're saying one of the reasons why I'm not going is because of you. Fuck off, man. I mean, seriously, when it comes down to this, it's like the wrong day to do this. I mean, these guys were toxic as fuck from the start, that they're going after, screaming and yelling, cheating themselves, and then bitching, complaining when the same tactics are used on them, overshooting and everything else. So When they get overshot, they bitch and complain, but then they overshoot players. They're now screaming at kids, calling them names and everything else, saying, you're a fucking cheater, call your fucking hit. These kids are intimidated. These kids have never played fucking airsoft before, and they probably never will again because of these toxic fucks that decided to run up on them. And then with the threats and everything else that they were issuing off, like out of the field, inside of staging, inside the shop and everything else, scared the crap out of my kid. That caused him to wet himself because he could not go anywhere. He could not go to me because they were between me and him. Am I pissed off? Hell, fuck yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that these guys were at the field. I'm pissed off that these guys continue to play at the field. And I could use my platform to talk about that shit. But to sit there and say that to show no feels expecting people to pander to his bullshit and trying to flame people that won't, whatever. Yes, it was my son. Yeah, because he said it was okay to talk about it. What part of that do you not understand? None of what these guys did was fucking okay. So yeah, I have to talk about what the fuck they did to scare the shit out of a 12-year-old kid in a wheelchair. What part of this do you not fucking understand? If you think that it's okay for them to do this and get away with it and get to walk away without any recourse, you're fucking wrong. He was embarrassed at the time. His fucking chair went down because of it. My wife had to come and we almost dropped him trying to put him into his regular manual chair because his action track chair couldn't go. Yeah, he was fucking embarrassed. He was fucking scared. These guys were talking about beating us up and worse. And nothing was being done. So if you mean to tell me it's okay for them to fucking do that with no recourse, with nobody coming out there, fuck you, you're in the wrong, man. I'm using my platform to put on blast those fucking individuals that destroyed a game of airsoft for not just my kid and myself, but almost every other person that played there. Because this same team, when they caused the problem the first 2 games, they were switched over to my team for the second 2 games, and they caused problems for the other half of the field. There was a connection issue that had to be fixed. Yes, it had to be reset because of it. Which is a separate conversation because now so imagine my mindset, Dom, where I'm at MA, my son tells me what happens, my son pissed himself, his chair no longer moves because it's stuck in charging mode. So the connection for charging was the one that got wet, so it caused a temporary error that you had to disconnect and reconnect, so it overrode the error so the thing could go. Not knowing about this, my son is stuck in his chair. His chair can't fucking move. You guys threatened to fight us in front of him, which I didn't know about because I was in the staging. I had left him in the lobby where I thought it was safe because it's the parent rest area. It has a TV. He had my cell phone, and we're waiting for my wife to get there. They made an unsafe situation for him. Oh, there you go, Nick. They made an unsafe situation regardless if it was airsoft or not. People gotten arrested for less. Exactly. So they made it unsafe for him. So now in the meantime, I just have to sit there and deal with these fucking assholes and try to figure out his chair, wait for my wife to get there to get him out of the chair and into his manual chair and take him home because he's embarrassed to high health that he wet himself because he was scared because he couldn't go anywhere. These guys were between him and me. He couldn't go out the doors. We thought he was safe. They made airsoft unsafe for him. And you're saying, oh, you bring your kid to a thing and not expect to get shot? He's been shot before. So we take measures to protect him from getting shot. But these guys were not happy about that. They weren't happy about the fact that, oh, what? He can't. I mean, my son doesn't shoot like we do where we can put 30 to 40 BBs down in a span of 5 seconds. No. He shoots tink, 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 and has shit aim because of his setup right now. He still gets people, but at the same time, what? He can't play airsoft? My kid is okay with what is being said right now because those guys caused a massive problem. My kid wants them punished. He wants them banned. He doesn't ever want to see them again at airsoft. He thinks what they did was wrong. So that's why I have his permission to say it on screen. If you don't like that, tough shit. This was a decision he made and a decision I made to talk about it. Yeah. And what it also does is it opens the fucking eyes for Miami Airsoft that they have to do something before it gets this fucking toxic in there. That it's not safe for their paying customers who are kids, who are rentals, who give them the most money, not these other fucking assholes that come once a week or once every other week that don't really participate other than paying their rental fee or their field fee, and then causing all their other players that spend the most money to go and never come back. So that other family that was there, that was being chased down and hounded by these fucking super aggressive assholes that were doing it, the screaming, yelling, using obscenities and everything else. You're fucking screaming and yelling at them and causing that family to feel unsafe to where after 2 games of playing, they said fuck this and left. That's not okay either. It's not. None of it's okay. All this is fucking bullshit and the bullshit hostility and everything else. That's why they're on fucking blast. The emphasis on what happened to my son was done because it's like the compoundedness of what's the problem. So what if he never wants to play airsoft again because of these fucking pricks? My son, because he becomes too scared to go back out there. Come on, Dom. Really? All right, Damien. So Dominic Sawyer here thinks that I didn't have your permission to talk about what happened yesterday. Did I have your full permission?
Yes.
What do you have to say about those guys that scared you?
Fuck them.
Let's try that again. So, were you scared playing airsoft, or were you scared after when the guys were making threats in the staging area? Were you scared while you were playing airsoft? Like when we were on the field, when we were playing, were you scared? You were scared in the staging area where we're all
Yes.
standing around. Thank you.
So, in case you guys can't see, so my son isn't scared to play airsoft. My son was scared because guys were threatening to fucking beat us up and, in his mind, kill us. So if you fucking think, Sean, they didn't really have to pander to an invincible player. He wasn't invincible. They just had to tap him. But then again, you probably didn't watch the entire portion of it, of the thing. So, yeah, Damien wasn't invincible. Are you concerned about going to play at Miami Airsoft again?
No,
You can't wait to go back now, right? Because why?
because of those fuckers.
The only time you get allowed the chance to curse, kid.
No.
So, do we need any more proof for you guys that my son is okay with me telling his story? Any more proof? Sean, he goes 6 miles an hour. 6. And it's not very fast. I'll play the video in a here. Yeah. Oh, so overpowered. So overpowered. Let's see here. Yeah, let's show how just overpowered Damien is because his gun, the mag was even using. Yep. So overpowered there. Shoot anybody yet?
Well, you shot me and told me on how.
Where did he shoot you?
On my head.
Oh, that'll work. You're protected up there.
Is that like designed specially for airsoft?
Well, not just for airsoft and anything outdoors.
Oh, that's really cool.
Definitely not. I know there's that guy in the green.
Can you check around the corner first? You know the right field?
Yeah, some guy shot me in the head, told me on this. There's a guy over there.
You good? You good?
Oh, that guy is already out. Guy on that left.
Yeah, I'm the cunt for having my kid come out to enjoy the game. You know what? Fuck the both of you. That's what I'm going to say. Fuck you both. I mean, the kid went out there to have a good time. I was there with my kid to play with my kid. And you fucking guys are sitting there trying to get on my ass because my son was fucking treated like shit, targeted, disrespected, threatened, and everything else off the field. Yeah. And he's so overpowered here. Oh my God. I know, like, oh my God, he put clickbait videos. Oh no, I got knife kills. Oh, clickbait. People like seeing that shit. So yeah, I definitely put it up. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of knife kills out there. So what? I don't know what the fuck bug crawled up your two asses or whatever, but maybe you should have been at fucking Bad Blood this year so you didn't have to go there. That's actually not what it was about, asshole. The ref said, don't shoot the kid. They still shot him in the head, aiming for his head and hitting him inside the head. He's fine. He starts going back, and the guy's still yelling at him, you're out, you're out. He's like, I know. But that's not the story that was going on here. That was only one small portion of all of it. Guys didn't fucking call their hits. They wanted to fight. They wanted to cause problems all fucking day at Miami Airsoft. They're threatening to fight and beat people up because why? Because the fucking kid, the kid didn't do anything to him because these guys didn't want to play right. So, yeah. That's great. That's fine for you, Dom. Your kid can play. Your kid can play 100%, has full move and motion of their body. He just started playing airsoft. He's 12 years old in a fucking action track chair where if he gets hit too much or in the wrong fucking spot, it can be bad for him.
So that's why we're trying to protect him as much as possible. And 90% of the players at Miami Airsoft are totally cool with it. In fact, they enjoy it. They think it's cool that he's out there and doing it. This small group of guys decided they were going to be fucking assholes. And the threats were not on the field, they were off the field. They were pissed off at me because we took them out and they got called out for being cheaters by other people. And the fact that I kept shooting them over and over again, that they decided they want to fight. And they're threatening me and by proxy my kid. My kid thinks that he's viable, that he's a threat. They're then targeting families and shooting up little kids that are playing there that are within the game. Young kids that they're fucking overshooting, ramping up using full auto. Yeah. Wow. And again, if you actually watch the entire thing, it wasn't just my son's portion is a very small portion of it. They fucking cheat. No, there's ways to prevent him from actually getting shot and hit on his body. There's ways to do it. Right now, I got less than 30 seconds before I got to go because I'm going to go see Love and Thunder tonight. But y'all are acting like fucking assholes in regards to this because you're only taking my son's portion, the small little portion where you're like, oh, I want to hear it from him. You fucking heard it from him. He wanted his story told. He wanted you all to hear firsthand what these guys made him feel in the fucking lobby. And good. Glad you allowed your kid to light her up. When Ange plays, I encourage people to light her up because she could run and play. She's a regular fucking player. Damien is a special needs kid that has limited mobility, little bit of traction, is a big fucking target. Whatever, dude. Yeah. You know, man, you're the fucking cunt. You and Sean. Fuck you both, man. Not even like, not even a little bit. Go fuck yourselves. I don't know what fucking shit you're on or what sort of hijinks that, or fucking high horses that you guys think you're on, but you're fucking pissed off at me because I posted a video talking about bad fucking behavior that impacted the entire day at Miami Airsoft. But yeah, I'm the fucking cunt because my kid who was only going to play 3 games and was going to be treated like a juggernaut for the games, but instead these guys decided that, hey, they're going to shoot him and then yell at him to call himself out. Fuck off. Whatever, dude. Oh yeah, Sean, that's why like my entire channel is nothing but airsoft cheaters, dude. Yeah, 100%. Every single fucking video is airsoft cheaters. In fact, it's not even 30% of my videos, dude. This one, a bad fucking day. And the fact that you didn't watch the entire video or see all the fucking shit that's there and you're making fucking snap judgments on why I feel the need to have to do it, fuck you, man. Yeah, fuck them both, man. See you at the next fucking Bad Blood if you guys actually decide to show the fuck up. With that being said, except for those 2 dickheads, may your BB